Welcome to viralhalo. If you like this video, please like and subscribe this channel.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is.
Jimmy Kimmel, suspended by Disney. A Hollywood uproar. And now, a comeback episode that could change late-night TV forever. This isn't just about one host cracking a controversial joke. Nope, this story has everything. Celebrity drama, corporate power struggles, freedom of speech debates, and a plot twist that might just make Jimmy Kimmel bigger than ever. So buckle up, because today we're breaking down what really happened, why Hollywood rallied behind Kimmel, and how this controversy could shape the future of comedy itself. Jimmy Kimmel didn't just pop out of nowhere. He started in radio, bouncing between stations in the 90s, before landing on TV with Win Ben Stein's Money. Fun fact, he actually won an Emmy for that game show. Then came The Man Show, a very different vibe, more frat boy comedy, very controversial by today's standards. By 2003, ABC rolled the dice and launched Jimmy Kimmel Live. At first, critics weren't impressed. Ratings were shaky. Some even predicted the show wouldn't last a year. But here's the twist: Kimmel leaned into his weird, awkward sense of humor, brought in top celebrities, and slowly built an audience. Fast forward to September 2025. Kimmel takes the stage, delivers his usual monologue, but this time, he goes all in. Reports say he directly called out a major political figure and hinted at Disney's involvement in shady lobbying efforts. That's right, the parent company that literally signs his checks. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Within 48 hours, ABC announced his suspension. They framed it as a standards and practices issue, basically, corporate speak for he broke the rules. But viewers weren't buying it. Twitter exploded. Hashtags like #StandWithKimmel and #KimmelSuspended started trending. Some fans applauded Disney for reining him in, saying late-night hosts had become too political. Others argued it was straight-up censors. Hollywood's backlash. And then, Hollywood entered the chat. Within days, over 400 actors, writers, directors, and comedians signed an open letter blasting Disney. The letter basically said, 1. Late-night hosts should be free to challenge the powerful. 2. Corporate censorship threatens artistic freedom. 3. Silencing comedians sets a dangerous precedent. Names on the list? Sarah Silverman, who happens to be a longtime friend of Kimmel. Jon Stewart, who knows a thing or two about mixing comedy with politics. And even Stephen Colbert, who devoted part of his own show to defend Kimmel, calling the suspension a chilling moment for comedy. Here's the surprising part: this wasn't just Hollywood liberals. Even some more conservative entertainers chimed in, warning that if Disney can silence Kimmel today, they could silence anyone tomorrow. That kind of cross-aisle unity? Rare in Hollywood. Free speech or corporate censorship? Now let's zoom out. This isn't just about Kimmel. It's about the role of comedy in society. Think about it, comedy has always been rebellious. George Carlin literally got arrested in the 70s for his 7 dirty words routine. Lenny Bruce? Same story. Comedians have always tested boundaries. So when a corporate giant like Disney shuts down a comedian for criticizing its business ties, people ask, is this about protecting audiences or protecting profits? And honestly, it raises bigger questions. Can late-night hosts ever truly be independent when their employers have billions on the line? The triumphant return. After a week of non-stop headlines, Disney announced, Jimmy Kimmel is coming back. And let me tell you, his return is already being hyped as must-watch TV. Networks are predicting record ratings. Advertisers are circling. Even rival shows are acknowledging that all eyes will be on Kimmel's comeback. Insiders say his first monologue back will address the controversy head-on. Will he double down and call out Disney again? Why this story matters. So why does all this matter? Because it's not just about one comedian. It's about culture, politics, and power. 1. The late-night landscape. Traditional late-night shows have been struggling against YouTube and TikTok. But controversies like this? They bring viewers back. 2. The free speech debate. Once again, we're asking, how much freedom should entertainers really have? 3. Corporate control versus creativity. Can you really criticize your boss when your boss is one of the world's most powerful corporations? 4. The political divide. This story perfectly illustrates America's split. Half the country sees Kimmel as a truth teller. The other half sees him as an out-of-control political loudmouth. Speculation and what's next, 2 to 3 minutes. So what happens now? For Kimmel, if ratings skyrocket, he could come out of this more powerful than ever, basically untouchable. But if he tones things down too much, fans might accuse him of being muzzled by Disney. For Disney/ABC, they're walking a tightrope. They can't afford another backlash, but they also don't want their star host turning every monologue into an anti-Disney rant. So let me throw this to you guys. What's your take? Do you think Jimmy Kimmel was unfairly censored, or did Disney have a point? And more importantly, do you plan to watch his comeback episode? Because love him or hate him, one thing's for sure, when Jimmy Kimmel steps back on that stage, the entire world will be watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Jimmy Kimmel controversy, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you love staying on top of Hollywood drama and celebrity news, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss an update.